It's P.NUT the General, too new of the podcast. You keep your body clean, nah? Yeah.
Being really comfortable with all of that things. I know what you're trying to say. Do what you do, baby. Yeah, I want congratulations. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real?
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole juice, man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that he getting up there and keeping it all the way funky. He ain't what them little niggas be saying. He ain't cloud chase. He ain't capping. He ain't doing none of that. Like, he ain't trying to make himself look. You know, he letting his legacy speak. I like that shit. Like, let your legacy.
How you doing? Good evening, good evening.
Hello.
Can you hear me good?
I can hear you wonderful.
It's all great. You heard me. You ready to get right into it? Won't you introduce yourself for the viewers and the listeners? You heard me.
Okay. I am SHAVON. I am 32 years old, and I am a model and an actress, and I live in Columbia, South Carolina.
That's what's him. You heard me. Shout out to
Mhm.
South Carolina. You heard me. So
Yeah.
let us in New Orleans and the surrounding areas know. You heard me. Like how it is growing up there. You heard me. Is it wild? Is it violent? Yo, the country is it chilling? You heard me.
Well, I
Give
grew up in
you
the country, girl, so I'm a country
a
girl at heart. So put me in the woods, and I'll be just fine. I'm cool with that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You heard me. So take us through your
hmm
childhood. You heard me. Your upbringing. You know what I'm saying? How was it for you growing up? You heard me. Take us to the point. You know what I'm saying? The early days up until you left the nest. You heard me.
Okay. Well, I'm actually adopted. Um, So, with that being said, I grew up a little bit differently than others, but I had a great childhood for the most part. I'm grateful for the opportunities that I was presented as a child. That's how I got into modeling. Um, Being a dark skinned girl growing up, it was a little slightly harder than probably the regular average girl because I used to get teased for being skinny and for being dark skinned. But now I'm in my
Me too.
30s and I'm grown.
Me
And
too. You heard me.
yeah,
Yeah.
dark skin, pink chocolate. So now it's not, if it ain't chocolate, I don't want it.
You heard me? That's what it is, you know what I'm saying? That's what it
Yeah.
is. So you heard me? I've seen your work, you know what I'm saying? I follow you, heard me? Very, very pretty pictures, very, very
Thank
pretty
you.
scenes and reels and all that, you heard me? Some of them are provocative, you know what I'm saying? But in the model world, that's extra you, right?
Yeah.
Have you always been this self-confident, you know what I'm saying? Have you always had this confidence in you to take those type of pictures, or did that have to grow as you grew? You heard me?
Honestly, I think it was always in me. Like I always just didn't give a fuck. So it's in me and on me. So I can't help it. I'm very confident. Um, if I was a size 20, I'd still be the same confidence. Shout out to the big 20s, big BWs. I love confidence. Confidence is key. And especially if you dark skin like me, it's just black girl magic all the way.
It's like that there, you heard me? So
Mhm.
as a black woman, you know what I'm saying, in the type of field you're in, you heard me? Are y'all taking serious, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit harder for y'all, you heard me? Or you know what I'm saying, y'all getting where y'all fitting.
Honestly, it is a little bit harder. I actually just recently relocated from Seattle, Washington, and I decided to relocate because I was finding that it was hard for me to book just regular, normal gigs as a dark skinned girl, as a slightly bigger girl. I don't consider myself plus size, but in the modeling actress world, I am considered plus size. Um, so it's definitely a little bit harder being a dark skinned girl and not being a size two.
That's a fact. You heard me? So we had this interview scheduled for months. You see what I'm saying? But the schedule was off. You see what I'm saying? No, I ain't saying that like that. You heard me? I'm just making a point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like tonight, you heard me? You know the dude. You know, people was late, so y'all was late getting out there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It takes a lot of time, energy, you heard me, stress, you heard me. How do you
Mhm.
do it? You heard me? How do you live your life? You know what I'm saying? You're an actor, you're a model. I don't know if you're a mama or not, but life be life, and then I know it do, you heard me? How do you deal with it all? You heard me?
Absolutely. Well, I think just honestly, just growing up how I did, as far as like not actually having a mom and dad, it just built me a little bit differently. So I just feel like I only have me to depend on. So if I don't get out there and make something shake, then ain't gonna nothing shake. So
That's a fact. That's a fact. So
I
growing
gotta
up,
do
like
what I
you
gotta
said,
do.
I know you mentioned like it was a little different. You ain't really know mom and dad or whatever. Did that leave any like long lasting effects on you? You heard me. I know like I know it's a thing like daddy issues or like separation issues or something like that. Did that leave any long lasting effects on you?
I would say yes and no. At the end of the day, I feel like I have to make my own decisions and I have to continue pressing on despite whatever my mother and dad had going on at the time. It's a reason for everything. Every action has a reaction, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that I have today. I'm grateful for the experiences that I've been through. I'm grateful for my adoptive parents who took the time to instill in me and to um, let me know that I am still enough despite what happened, you know, between my
That's a fact.
biological parents. So
That's a
I
fact. That was
just,
real. You heard me, Sue.
yeah.
In the
Yeah.
field, it's very competitive. You know what I'm saying? You know, when a lot of ladies get together, it's a lot of mess, a lot of clackling. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? A lot of hating, a lot of envy. Does that trickle over to personalities? You heard me? Or y'all just like on so one for one, one for all for one for all type of stuff?
Honestly, at the end of the day, I'm only worried about myself. I wish you the best, but at the end of the day, I'm only worried about myself. That's it is what it is. We got the
That's a
same
fact.
24 hours. So what you do with your 24 hours is what you do, and what I do with mine is what I do.
It's a fact, you hear me? I interview a lot of female artists as well, you hear me? I
Mhm.
hear stories about producers, engineers, other artists kind of trying to lure them to the studio on a one-on-one session, you hear me, with other intentions, you know what I'm saying? Is
Mm.
that something that y'all worry about in the filming world as well, you know what I'm saying? The snakes and the fakes.
I think at the end of the day, it's all about confidence. If you feel like you need to do that to make it to the top, that's what you do. I don't have to do that. I just show up and be my authentic self. I'm actually very uh shy actually, and I don't like being in social settings, but the fact that I am an inspiring model and actress, I have to put myself out there. So if I don't put myself out there, then nobody's gonna know who I am. So it's all
That's a
about
fact,
self
you hear me?
growth and
That's a
what you put
fact.
in is
So
what you get out.
you say you shy, but you always in front of the camera, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
How that go, you heard me? And like, you know what I'm saying, you could it's a lot of um depression in our community, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Not no self-confidence, things like that. But you doing what you do, how you do it when you do it, and you shy. You heard me? So you could kind of talk to the youngins that's going through that type of stuff, you heard me, on how you could do it and get them some game, you heard me?
Yeah, but it's actually kind of like I have like an alter ego, kind of like Sasha Fierce with Beyonce and shit. So I feel like when I'm in front of the camera, it's on beast mode at that time. Like I got work to do. I don't have time to be shy. But if you catch me at a picnic and I'm sitting by myself, I might not want to be bothered. I'm just gonna be observing and stay low key, stay to myself. That's just who I am. But something about when the cameras is on, it just brings out my personality a little bit more. I just love being in front of the camera. It's confidence is key. Like I said, I'm not a size 2, but I'm not a size 20. But even if I was a size 20, I still have the same confidence as Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, or some of the other top models that's out there. Like I just feel like it's all about your confidence. Like if you're not confident in yourself, nobody's gonna take you serious. So.
That's a fact, you hear me? That's a fact. So before you started modeling, you heard me, did you like and acting, my bad, let me put some respect on your achievements, you heard me. Before you started modeling and acting, you heard me, did you like did you look up to any models or actors, you know what I'm saying, and kind of be inspired to model and acting by them? Or did it kind of just like fall in your lap?
I would say it probably kind of fell in my lap, um, because I kind of got into modeling maybe while I was between the ages of 12 and 15 or so. I wasn't really able to play sports growing up because I lived in the country and my adoptive mom, she's a little bit older, so it was hard for her to, take me to practice every day and whatever, commit some stuff like that. So when it came to modeling, that was like a weekend thing. So I was able to participate more. So that's kind of where my confidence grew.
That's a fact.
And
That's a
also
fact.
being on the choir, I did sing in the choir growing up, so that helped a lot
Okay.
too.
Okay, that's what sound. That's what sound. So, I asked you how you handle all of the, the stress of your time. You know what I'm saying? Life be life and all that. There, you heard me. Has it ever gotten too much for you where you had to kind of back up from out the game? You heard me. Have you ever thought about quitting and going do something else?
No, because I feel like I'm not where I want to be yet, so I got to keep pushing until I don't have no more breath in me. And I also have two children that's looking up to me, and I don't want them to ever feel like their dreams are invalid or their dreams are not big enough, or even if they're small enough. Like, it doesn't matter. You push through no matter what anybody tells you. You know what you have to do to show up for yourself, and that's what I want to instill for them. If you show up for yourself at the end of the day, you don't have nobody to be mad about except for yourself.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So you've
Mhm.
been doing modeling since you was 15, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What does modeling and acting do for you personally? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you get out of modeling and acting? You hear me?
It definitely boosts my confidence, and it just feels like I'm just doing something that I want to do at the end of the day. Yeah, you got your 9 to 5. I got my 9 to 5. But is that really what you want to be doing? If I could just get paid to show up and be pretty all day, every day, that's what I would do. So why not?
That's a fact. You hear me? So,
Mhm.
when it comes to acting, you know what I'm saying? You literally have to turn yourself into another person. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
really gotta like step in somebody else's shoes. You hear me? And just hope they not phone can get dig. How do you get ready for these roles and like literally transform into another person?
Well, I can't really speak on the actressing part so much because I am a newbie actress. But as far as the modeling, I just feel like I grew up watching, America's Next Top Model and Project Runway and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, you have to show up. So if you don't show up, you're not going to be a part of anything. So just that taking a leap of faith and just showing up, that speaks a lot of volume.
That's a fact. So you say you started off at 15, you heard me, but
Mhm.
at what point did you realize that you was gonna be doing this for the rest of your life?
Um, I don't know. I just feel like I've always dreamed of that. Like ever since I was little, like I just knew that's what I wanted to do with myself. I just knew I just wanted to be a model and an actress, and I'm not where I want to be, but I'm still got great lengths to conquer, and I just got to keep pushing until I get to where I want to be. So I don't have a choice but to do this. So this is what I choose to do, and I'm gonna keep going until I work with Tyler Perry, till I work with Cat Williams, till I work with some major big artists. I just got shit to do, and that's just what I want to do.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Them some big dreams, you heard me, and some big names you
Absolutely.
dig. I hope to see you and you know what I'm saying, standing next to one of them one day, you
Thank
heard me.
you.
So when
Yes.
it come to the modeling, you heard me, do you have a certain type of clothing or product that you prefer modeling over another, or do you have like a certain type of style of modeling, like you know what I'm saying?
So for modeling, I am the canvas. I don't care what you put me in. I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna slay it. I'm gonna do whatever you want me to do. But I do have to confess and say that lingerie is by far my favorite thing to model. And dresses. I love
How? Wait,
dresses.
hold up. Wait. Let me cut you off. Let me cut you off. You hear me? You a model, you know what I'm saying? You model
Mhm.
all kind of different shit, right? You a actor. You in front people all day. You love modeling lingerie, but you shy.
I am. But it's
The
something that
math
will
ain't
carry me
math, you
going.
hear me? You know what I'm saying? Like, so how like I gotta go back to that question, you hear me? Because that's like cool, like you hear me. how you do all this, and
I don't
it's
know. It's
it's
like
kind of like,
backstage, I'll be shy, but it's like when it's time to get on stage, it's showtime. I want my pictures to be fly. I want to be fly. I want to be looking good. So if I'm out there looking shy and stupid, my picture's gonna come back looking about, it's mind over matter. Yes, I am shy. I'm quiet. I'm reserved. I stay to myself.
oh, she breaking up, y'all. She must be getting a call or somebody in a bad spot. You hear me? But yeah, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I know this a late one, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get in where we finna, you hear me? Let me see.
This is actually my first interview, and I actually just left on set for a black owned alcohol brand.
You
So I'm a little
wait.
tipsy. I'm a
You
little
cut out.
lit,
You cut out. You had cut out when
but
you
I'm in
had
good
started
spirits. I'm
talking. What? Dang, you heard me. I knew she was in a little bad spot. You heard me. It's all good. You heard me. We gonna you know what I'm saying? We gonna keep it here till she come back. You heard me. Like I said in the last one, you heard me. We live. You heard me. This ain't no pre-recorded shit. Everything real. Everything raw. So when I'm having technical difficulties, you heard me. Oh, that shit go.
sorry. What did you say?
When you had started running
You
it,
can
you
keep
heard me.
going.
When you had started running it, you had cut off. You heard me. So can you start over from where you started at when you started? You heard me.
I was just saying, at the end of the day, I am a little shy, but it's something about when the cameras turn on. I know I want my portfolio to be right. I know I want my lines to be right. I want everything to be right. So I'm very hard on myself. So even though I'm shy and, a little bit more conservative, it's something about whenever I get into a garment or if I get into um, a special outfit that makes me just feel like I'm that bitch, then what I'm gonna be shy for, you know?
That's a fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact. You heard me. So let me ask you this: when it comes to modeling and acting, you heard me. Is it a certain type of role that you wouldn't play? You heard me. And it a certain type of modeling gig that you wouldn't accept?
Um, yes and no. I guess it just depends, like what the stipulations is, what the character is. Um, it just depends, honestly, what's going on at the end of the day. What's in the contract? But
That's a
if you can
fact.
give me
Yeah.
1 second, 1 second, 1 second, please.
All right. Yeah, yo, we better give her 1 second. You heard me, but while we giving her that 1 second, you heard me again. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I think you know what I'm saying, I probably about to start a little late night or something, but I don't know because I've been going late night for the last 3, 4 nights. You heard me, and it'd be a nice turnout. Oh, there we
Okay, I'm
go.
sorry. I'm back.
Man, you Gucci. You heard me. You remember the question?
What's the question?
Oh yeah. I got you. You heard me? I'm here. I'm here. When it come to acting and modeling, you heard me. Is it any gigs that you won't accept or refuse to do when it come to acting? And is it any gigs that you won't accept or you refuse to do when it come to modeling?
Honestly, I'm trying to catch a bag these days. As long as it's not gonna have me out here looking stupid or looking like I'm a whore or something. I'm all about them coins. I'm all about the gig. I'm all about getting my name out there. It is what it is.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
What lessons have the entertainment business taught you? You heard me. You've been doing it for a long time. You heard me at a successful level. What lessons have you learned? What the do's and don'ts? You know what I'm saying? The
I
yeses
would
and the
just say
nos
self
that you learned.
confidence at the end of the day because if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody's gonna take you seriously. I actually just had a conversation with someone who I thought was my friend just a few weeks ago, and they basically told me that I'm wasting my time trying to model. I'm wasting my time trying to be an actress. I'm getting too old for this shit. I'm just 32 years old. I'm never too old for anything. When I go to these castings, I see women who are way older than me, and they still out there hustling, trying to get to the bag. I'm gonna get to the bag to the last breath I have in me. It doesn't matter if I'm 100 years old. I'm gonna slay the runway. It doesn't matter if I'm 150 years old. I'm gonna slay the commercial. I just wrapped up a set just now for working with a black-owned liquor company. I just shot a commercial. Last week, somebody just told me that I was wasting my time. I just got paid. I just got money sent to my cash app for showing up to be pretty and to sip some drinks. Like, why would I stop doing that? Make it make sense.
But
So
this what I want to
that
ask,
person
right?
has been cut off because you don't
You,
support me. You don't support my vision. I don't need to be around that type of energy.
but this what
So,
I'm saying, right? Then you just came off of a shoot, right? And then you've been doing this since
yes,
you
I
was
did.
15, right?
Yes.
So how you not gonna make it and you already kind of made it already on some shit?
Right.
That don't make no
Yeah.
sense, you hear me? So
Mhm.
when you do model, you know what I'm saying? Is it like a team thing, you hear me? Like do you do it solo, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't like how the gig, you don't care how the gig is, you accepting it.
I am a freelance model, slash actress. I go wherever the wind blows me. I go wherever the money flows. And at the end of the day, it's really not even about the money because sometimes as a model, we do a lot of things that we don't get paid for. But at the end of the day, I feel like I have something else that I accomplished that somebody else next to me probably didn't get to do because maybe they weren't confident enough to do it. They didn't have the balls enough to get up and go show up and do for themselves. So whether it's a paid gig or not, I'm still gonna show up and be authentic to myself because I still want my pictures, I still want my videos, I still want my content, I still want to post on social media and say, look what the fuck I'm doing. While you're at home judging me for chasing my dreams and you could just watch and be a spectator. But like I said, at the end of the day, I have plans to work with Tyler Perry and Cat Williams and other great names like that. So if I don't put myself out there, how am I going to reach those goals?
That's a fact, you hear me? That's a fact. So what all goes into being a successful actress and a successful model? You know what I'm saying? You know I'm from New Orleans. I like that gumbo. You hear me? So give us
Mhm.
the seasoning and the ingredients in the gumbo. You hear me? To make up a successful actress and a successful model.
I would definitely say confidence and consistency. Because if I wasn't consistent, I wouldn't be nowhere near where I am today. And I'm not even where I want to be. But if I would have stopped, if I would have listened to my family who said I'm wasting my time, or my friends that saying that I'm doing too much, or I'm just, it don't make sense to them. If I listen to them, then I'm going to be just like them. I'm going to be a nobody. But my destiny is greater than that. And I have faith in myself, and I have a story to tell. And I want other little black girls one day to look at me and be like, you know what? Siobhan kept going. So if she can keep going, despite what she's been through, despite what her mom and dad did to her, despite the challenges that she went through as a child, if I can keep pushing through and to know that there might be another little girl looking up to me and say, hey, I want to do what she's doing, then that's all that matters.
Man, talk that motivating the little girl shit, brown skin
Absolutely.
girl. You gotta talk. I like that. I
Especially
like
the
that. You
brown
know what I'm
skin
saying?
girls.
I
Especially
like
the
that.
brown
That's
skin.
that's fire though. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So what does that mean to you? The naysayers, right? The
Mhm.
you can't do these. You know what I'm saying? The you shouldn't do that. You see what I'm saying? Does that
Mhm.
bother you, or do you just take it every you know how to take constructive criticism well?
I feel like they're being haters because I'm doing what they would never want to do, and the fact that I'm doing it, it puts them in a position to want to judge me instead of wanting to praise me. And my confidence is like on 1,000. So that going one ear and out the other because why would you
But you
even?
shy
I feel
though.
like it's
But
honestly
you wait, hold up,
disrespectful,
wait, wait,
honestly.
wait, 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 because I gotta stop you when the math ain't math. You hear me? You say your confidence from 0 to 100 is on 1,000. You hear me?
Mhm.
But you shy.
I am shy, but the confidence is still there. The confidence is never going anywhere. I could be, like I said, I could be a size 20, 25, 40, 60. The confidence is still going to be there. At the end of the day, I know my self worth. I know that I have what it takes. I know that I just need to be around the right people to bring it out of me. And patience and understanding and Just if somebody is willing to put in the time for me, little old me, then why can't I show up for myself?
That's a fact. That's a fact. You hear me? So, um, what's next for you in this modeling and in this acting thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to take this thing as far as it could go, you hear me? Or is this just
Absolutely.
something you love, you hear me? So this is what you gonna do, cause when you do what you love, it's not a job, it's like having fun.
And that goes to say, like I said, I've run into a lot of gigs that aren't paid, but I love being in the spotlight. I love the runway so much that I will do it forever for free. But I know it's opportunities out there so where I don't have to do it for free. So I'm just gonna keep pushing and keep striving and just show up and be my authentic self. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Too bad, too sad. It is what it is.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Throughout the, I not only talk, I almost also listen. You know what I'm saying? You said you're not where you want to be. Buku
Hmm.
times. You know what I'm saying? Where exactly is that? You know what I'm saying? Where do you see yourself entertainment wise in 5 years?
Well, at the end of the day, I'm trying to catch a bag, okay? So I just want to meet up with the right people, get the right opportunities to put me on the map. I don't necessarily have to be famous, but if you say my name, I want you to be like, oh, yeah, that's Siobhan from such and such. Oh, I know her, or she's such a humble person, or she's such this, that, and the third. She's still chasing her dreams. 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, still getting up and getting to the bag. So that's all I got. And
That's a fact.
that it is what it is. And
Is
I
it
think a lot of that has to do with the fact of how I grew up. I didn't have a mother and father, so I didn't have mommy and daddy cheering me on. So it's like I had to be my own cheerleader. And if I don't cheer for
So
me,
you
then
let me let
how
me
can
let me
somebody
let
else
me
cheer for
touch
me?
on that. You heard me.
Hmm.
Um, you said that you ain't have nobody to really like give you that confidence. You know what I'm saying? Egg you on. You know what I'm saying? Um, how that song go? Woo do woo, you gotta help your bestie up. All that there. You know what I'm saying? You had to do that for yourself. You heard me? How? Where did you pull that? Like, where did you go? Where did you pull that from?
I
All
mean,
of
I
this who you
guess
is now.
from the simple fact that I don't know my family, and maybe one day they'll recognize me and be like, you know what? I think that's my sibling, or I think that's my cousin, or I think I might know her mom. I think I might know her dad. She looks familiar. She looks like me. So it comes from a sense of wanting to know where I come from. Because, like I said, I am adopted. I don't know my siblings. I don't know my mother and father. But if I can just still push myself and put myself out there, maybe one day I'll be able to reconnect with my family. So it's bigger than just modeling and acting. Like I got a message to prove. I got a whole heritage to to acclimate for it. Like I gotta show up and show out. Like I'm little Siobhan, but I'm Big Vine. Put some respect on her name, okay?
That's a fact. But I'm saying with your dreams and aspirations, you heard me, you gotta watch that because when you
Mhm.
do get on them films with Cat Williams and Tyler Perry, everybody gonna want to be your cousin. Everybody gonna reach out and say they're your sister, you know what I'm saying? So moving forward, you heard me. How do we get how does one get in touch with you if they're interested in booking you for a modeling gig or the road? How do they get in touch with you? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm mostly active on Facebook. Yes, I know. Facebook, old school. I have an old spirit. I am a 90s baby, but I definitely still have an old spirit. So you can definitely reach me at Facebook. I do have a TikTok, and I do also have an Instagram, and it's all the same profile. That girl Siobhan with two L's. THATGIRLLSHAVN. VON. That's me. That girl Siobhan.
What's some brands that you modeled? Where can we see your work at? You know what I'm saying? And I know you shooting a commercial right now. You heard me. Can you talk about that? And do you know when that's coming out? You know what I'm saying? and what you got in the
Yes,
near
yes.
future. I'm all in your business, you heard me? What you got in the near future? What's up with you in the near future? What you got going on?
So I have actually worked with Snoop Dogg's brand. I haven't worked with him personally, but one day. But he has a store in Vegas, and I've modeled for them before.
That's
And
big.
I've also worked with Macy's, and I've actually done a lot of just local brands, and I feel like it's important to support our local Black community because we all we got at the end of the day. So
That's a fact.
yeah.
That's a fact. So
But those would
before
be
we get,
my top favorite. Probably was working with Macy's, and but I don't know. I love working with my local brands. Like I love, like I just recently did a fashion show in Atlanta with mostly local brands, and it actually was one of the best shows that I've ever had in my entire modeling career. Everything was so smooth. I had about three designers, and they were all Atlanta-based designers, and I just had a ball. It was just very uplifting. My confidence was definitely boosted from doing that show. It was actually Pennies and Roses lingerie. Check it out on my
but
Instagram.
you shy though. But you shy.
But see, not when the
but you
cameras is rolling. When the cameras is on,
that's a
it's like I'm in a whole nother headspace. Like it's like, okay, it's showtime. So when it's showtime. But when I'm home and I'm like more reserved, like more chill, like no. But put me in some lingerie and I'm gonna turn it up the heat 10 notches, okay?
That's a fact, you hear me? That's a fact. Before we get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? Since it is a lot of depression, you know what I'm saying? Since it is a lot of people being adopted, you know what I'm saying? Niggas walking out their churn life, baby mama keeping the daddy from the all kind of stuff, right? You've been through and
Hmm.
overcome a lot of things that people are going through and living through right now. You know what I'm saying? Can you give the little ones who might be aspiring models or aspiring actors, you know what I'm saying, a little testimony on how you
Hmm.
overcame what you overcame and that it could be done, you heard me? And like I said, leave your contacts one more time, you heard me, before you get out of here. I thank you for your time because I know time is money, you know what I'm saying? You are expensive. You know what I'm saying? So do that for me, you heard me, and we're going to take it out. I appreciate you.
Well, I would like to say I appreciate you and I appreciate your patience. And again, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, that girl SHAVON with two L's, THATGIRLLSHAVON. Confidence is key and stay prayed up. The Lord will fight all your battles for you. Just got to pray, lock in, and just believe in yourself at the end of the day. Believe in yourself because if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody's going to take you serious. And that's what I had to learn. If I would listen to everybody who told me not to do it, then I wouldn't be doing it. But because my confidence is on 10,000, I'm going to keep doing it whether you like it or not. So prepare to see more of me. Prepare to be sick of me. Tyler Perry, where you at? Cat Williams, where you at? I'm ready to work. Let's get active, okay?
But you shy though.
Just a little bit.
Y'all already know what it is, you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed your company, you heard me. But until next time, you heard me. It's P.NUT the General to know the podcast. You
Thank
keep
you.
your
I
body
appreciate
clean,
you.
huh? Yeah.
Thank
Holla at me,
you.
you heard me. Thank you. It's P.NUT the General to know the podcast. You keep your body clean, huh? Yeah.
Are you really comfortable with all the attention? I know what you're trying to say.
Do what you do, baby.
Yeah, I want congrats. I seen to come up through the mud. You feel me?
Real.
Yeah. I'm saying, like I said, I used to be top. I'm one of the ones. When that nigga said he had a phone, his whole joke, man, I'm looking at the screen like preach. Cause I was on the phone with him. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that he getting up there and keeping it all the way phone. He ain't what them little niggas be saying. He ain't cloud chase. He ain't capping. He ain't doing none of that. Like he ain't trying to make himself look. You know, he let his legacy speak. I like that shit. Like let your legacy.